like grown-ups.
Mm-hmm. That's all you want to say?
No. If you don't remember, do your best, don't settle for less.
Okay, that's a good one. Well, I'll dive in and talk about 21 Laws of Leadership. This was John C. Maxwell, one of the first books I read many years ago, and I was very impressed by it. I thought it'd be a great idea to break it out and have King David here read along as well. And so what we read in this book was a lot of great things about leadership. Made some great points about who you surround yourself with. Really influence you, but you also want to make sure, of course, that you influence those people as well, and that you can't just think that you can treat everyone the same. Just lots of great tips in here the whole time. Law of sacrifice, just greatness and all that good stuff. I was pretty impressed by it.
Don't remember to get these books.
Anything you remember from what you read that stood out to you? I know it's a lot of heavy stuff in there. I'm trying to think of some things that talk about a lot in it. I know I had this underlined. I remember it says, can you read that?
If you
desire
to add will
value by serving others,
you will become a better leader and
if you desire to add value by serving others, you'll become a better leader. That's something that I preach a lot.
And if you read more, you become a better reader.
Absolutely, right. That's very true, right? Because you've come a long way in your reading. Come a long way in your leadership, too. The teacher told me that you were a leader in the class, and that's wonderful. That means that the book is working. So many things in here I think
that book doesn't take race.
Invaluable. One of the things he says, if you're lonely at the top, then if you're not lonely at the top, then you're not doing something right. So really just knowing that, in reality, sometimes we think that, we can surround ourselves with average people and just have this great fun life, but it takes sacrifice. If you really want to be at the top, then you'll recognize that you are kind of there by yourself, and that's kind of unfortunate, but it's hard to really make friends with people and just think it's going to be okay that, even though we're not on the same level, we're not on the same pay grade, we can still be cool and we can be friends and all this kind of stuff. And you have to be really careful with that because it's just not possible. I was wondering when you're going to break that toy out. Yeah.
This is my new toy boulder. Hold this for me for a second.
Yeah, it's something kind of sticky here.
And this is how you transform it. There.
Nice. So boulder. And the law of the lid, one of the first things we talked about. Remember the McDonald's store? You don't remember that either?
I remember it was called, I think I remember that I heard that there was McDonald's brothers.
Yeah, two brothers that started McDonald's years ago, and they had a ceiling. He calls it a lid in here that you can only go so can go so high because they just didn't have the skills necessary to really be that kind of leader to become what McDonald's is today, which is all these various franchises. They were great at managing one business. They could flow and had the system in place going smoothly, but to be able to franchise it out like eventually what happened just wasn't up to their ability. So that's really knowing your own lid was really important, and that was one of the first things we talked about. But there's a lot of amazing things in this book, so I would highly recommend it. I give it 5 stars, and I would say 21 irrefutable laws of leadership. You give it 100 stars. I don't know if we have 100 stars to give to it. But lots of great stuff in here.
Then I would give it. How many stars do you give it?
Well, if you can only give it 5, I give it 5. 5 out of 5. 5 stars. I'm saying it's perfect.
If there was 5 and 5, I would choose 10.
Okay. That's some fancy weird math there going on. But followers may doubt what leaders say, but they'll never doubt what you do. They always believe what they do, and that's just always makes a lot of sense, right? People believe what they see you actually do, not what you say, because anyone can say anything, but doing and putting in action is something totally different. And so I think that's all I really want to say about this, just that it was a great book. enjoyed it thoroughly. Really
If
picking
you
it back
have
up
one
and
of
seeing it
these
again was
books,
amazing to me.
read it to your kid. If you have one.
Absolutely, right?
Uh-huh.
There's some things in here about how you can test your own leadership skills and where you're at, and can really help you grow. So once again, I would say this is a great book to pick up and read. He has a lot of other great, the author here, he has a lot of other wonderful books too that I would recommend as well.
1,000 stars, I would pick 1,000.
1,000 stars, a lot of stars.
Yeah.
That's like a lot. That's a lot. You know what 1,000 stars? You know what 900 plus 100 stars are? You know what it equals? It equals 1,000 stars. Alright, well that's our time. We will see you next time with another wonderful book. It won't be this one because we already covered this one already.
If you have any questions, please.
So if you have questions, leave a comment. Just put it down below in the comments and we will answer those questions next time. In the meanwhile, stay great.
Do your best. Don't settle for less.